Hello everyone, I hope that you're all having a great day. We just got ourselves a huge new console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3 with some mods I previously predicted we would get, and I'm very excited to announce we now have the 5e Barbarian Subclasses combined mod made by Sumradagnoth now on console, which offers a bunch of new subclasses for the Barbarian. In addition, we got some other subclass mods and some new outfit mods, which lets you dress up like your gear here. As you can see, my character's got this on, and there's a few variations of this, as well as Raphael's outfit that we can now get. And there's mods that let you transform into Raphael himself. So that is really exciting, but I guess I'll go through all the mods here now. The first one, very excited about the 5e Barbarian subclass combined. I'll go into further detail on this one because it is really exciting. We'll also got ourselves the Dragon Knight class here. This mod's made by Half Orc Forever. And this offers 5 different subclasses. You got yourself the Caustic Knight, Flame, Frost, Rot, and Storm Knight subclasses. And what's cool about this mod is you get yourself different spells depending on the Dragon Knight that you choose. So, hey, this is pretty fun. We also got some cool ones like the Mystic Blade. This is kind of a combination between the monk and the fighter. I'll be going over this in detail alongside the Rat King Warlock subclass. I know a lot of people really enjoyed this because there's not a lot of poison-based classes in the game, and not ones that are that strong. This one is actually usable, so that in itself is an accomplishment, and it's pretty fun to play as well. We also have ourselves the House of Hope Couture here, which has Raphael's outfit and much more, as you can see from this image and from what my character here is wearing. This mod adds in 45 new items here, so you can see there's a bunch of different variations of the Orthon outfit here. You got Raphael's Devilish Doublet, you got the Fiendish Warlock robes, and much more. I'll kind of go over this a little bit more detail here in a moment. But yeah, this mod here is made by Nick Jima here, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to being able to finally be able to wear Raphael's outfit. We also got ourselves more mods by Graphics Fade, and if you didn't see my video the other day, I broke down every single item in this mod. The video is 15 minutes, so maybe put it on if you want to, listen to something, because I break down every benefit of the items. All the items in Graphics Fade's mods actually feel like they were made by Larian. They're that high detail. They got some cool, unique mechanisms to them as well. So today's mod drop for console, we got ourselves the Veil and Venom for the Rogue. We also got ourselves the Might and Metal for the Fighter. This is one of their newer ones being released at the end of January. It's now on console, which is very exciting to see. And we also got ourselves the Rage and Resilience. This is the Barbarian mod, which came in January. So a couple weeks prior to the Fighter one. I like these mods. All three of them are very, very well done. And again, I broke them down in a video, so you can check that out if you were curious. We also got ourselves, this is an interesting one, the NF Gale Mods Core. This mod was made by Nora Fawn here. And this is a requirement in order to use the Gale's Beard fix. So this fixes Gale's beard to make it look normal. I don't think this happens on PC. I think it's just on console. Gale's beard kind of clips inside of his face when he's talking. So this will fix it, and this mod here is required to be able to use it. And it's also required for the Gale's Piercing with Physics mod. So yeah, it's a lot of mods to download just for small fix. So this may not be one that you personally use, but yeah, requirement, do not use alone. You need to use it with the Gale Beard fix. So if Gale's beard really bothers you, you can fix it with this and the other mod. We also got ourselves a double carry weight mod. Now, we've gotten lots of mods, even mods that remove carry weight. I like those mods because I'm I pick up every single piece of gear I find every single run. Doesn't matter how many runs I've done of Baldur's Gate 3, I'm still picking up every single piece of loot. This mod can help, but I prefer the ones that add unlimited carry capacities. So it's there. More resources, crafting items and materials. This mod adds soul coins from creatures, so you can find them on Camions. Will give you 4 soul coins. You get more Elithid tadpoles, more treasures, more infernal irons, more mithril ores, which is really nice. The Adamantine Golem drops 8 mithril ore, reaching the Fights reward. You also get more noble stock, more sister tree barks, and the alchemist backpack as well. So yeah, this adds a bunch of stuff to it, just more items into the game. If you want something like this is perfectly fine to take. But yeah, this mod was made by Omen Corsair. So yeah, just wanted to cover that one there. We also got ourselves a slightly deadlier Slayer. It's not to be confused with the much more deadlier Slayer, just only slightly. So basically what this does is it makes more balance changes to make the Slayer a little bit better, makes more deserving attacks, an attribute deserving of the name of Slayer. The Slayer form itself is not actually that strong in Baldur's Gate 3, so This gains 2 actions and 2 bonus points while in the Slayer form. And it also has some poison attacks, and you can apply bleed with it. So yeah, that's nice. It says pending approval for console. It's now available on console. So this mod was made by CH. And yeah, this is great for those that really enjoy the Slayer form. We also got ourselves a mod that adds Excalibur to the game. This mod is made by Rosprey, who you know has made a lot of other great mods like Mjolnir, Stormbreaker. Hopefully the Aasimar race will get added to console soon when the race mods get fixed. Mithril armor, which was added last week, and many more. But the Excalibur weapon is pretty nice. So what it is, you got the sword here, Excalibur. It looks like Falar Aluv. Not anything unique with appearance, but it gives you a few cool abilities. So you get Beacon of Hope, Repleasant Blade, King's Judgment, and Command Grovel. So with this, you can use these abilities. Repleasant Blade is basically just the ability you get from the Lay Cleric. It'll blast in a large area. This can go good on a Paladin or on a Cleric, so use that accordingly. It actually go really good on a Light Cleric of all characters. So yeah, that's just another awesome mod made by Rosprey there. We also got yourself the Brush Your Teeth mod, which changes your character's teeth color from that to that, which is actually, you don't see your character open their mouth too often. But yeah, the teeth, they don't really have the greatest dental centers here in Faerun. So yeah, you can't really see their teeth too often, but it does change the color of them a little bit. So Bladen and braidens your smile. Dentists hate the simple one trick. This mod was made by Kazki here. And yeah, this is just nice, small quality of life change. Not something you're going to notice often, but when you do, you'll be like, oh, it's a cool mod. And we also got ourselves Kazi's Hex here, so this makes it more powerful, and you can impose disadvantage on a chosen save alongside it. Does not require concentration, so yeah, just nice if you like playing the Warlock, especially with the new Rat King subclass. This can be a very effective one for people that are just looking for something a little bit new. And when it comes to the 5e Barbarian subclasses, you got yourself the Path of the Ancestral Guardian, the Path of the Battle Rager, Beast, Juggernaut, Storm Herald, and Zealot. Now, what this ends up looking like is once you make yourself to level 3 of the Barbarian, you got all these options. Now, each of these subclasses has their own unique flair to them. So the Ancestral Guardian, this one gives you the ability to summon in your own Ancestral Guardian. And you got... While you're raging, the first creature your attack on your turn is targeted by the Spectral Warriors, which hinders its attacks. And you got your special version of the rage there. So this one is all about having the Ancestral Guardian guide you in the right direction. The Battle Rager is kind of like a WWE fighter, literally the Axe Idiot in Dwarvish. So this has the ability to wear medium armor too while it's raging, and you use medium metal armor with spikes. So you get yourself the Armor Spikes bonus action here. So you can attack an enemy with your armor using it to deal piercing damage, which is actually pretty cool. And then you also got yourself the special rage form here as well. So this one is kind of about it's medium armor proficiency, and you're focusing on attacking with your body a lot. We also got ourselves the Beast Barbarian here, and so basically as a Beast Barbarian, you get to attack with your claws, and also you can do an infectious fury on an enemy. So if you attack them, you can make it so they potentially will have to attack another target as well. So you can make them attack their friends, which is actually pretty interesting of a way of doing this. You also get some extra movement speed as well. So I think that Sumradagnoth did actually a really great job adapting this from the tabletop Dungeons and Dragons into Baldur's Gate 3. It fits very well. So yeah, that one is a lot of fun. We also got ourselves the Giant, which is coming in patch 8. So your version of this probably won't have the Giant, as that's coming with patch 8 itself. But we also got ourselves the Juggernaut. Now the Juggernaut has a lot of anti-crowd controls, so you can't be slowed down at higher levels. You can't be knocked prone. And whenever you're raging, a creature hit by your melee attack is pushed at 1.5 meters and upwards of 3 meters. Later on, when you push a target, you can also then jump beside them without using up your movement speed. And that just gives you even further mobility. So the Juggernaut wants to be pushing people around. And you can see here, Spirit of the Mountain, while raging, you can't be forcibly moved or knocked prone. So yeah, that is a pretty fun one. But I personally really enjoy the Storm Herald, because this gives you different class passives. So you got like the Desert, which will give you a Rage of the Desert. Emanate a 3 meters radius stormy magical aura that deals 2 fire damage to all the creatures within radius when you start your rage. So yeah, this is cool. You can set up these auras that'll deal damage to the target. The sea one will give you lightning damage in your aura, and then the Tundra will give you healing. So this will give all allies 2 temporary health points, and it scales up as you increase in your level. The Storm Herald is kind of like an elemental version of the Barbarian. Pretty fun. And we also got ourselves a Zealot here, which you got the choice of Divine Fury. So when you're raging, Whenever you do an attack, your attacks will deal additional 1d6 of radiant or necrotic damage. What's good about this is you can actually take this and make it kind of a radiating orb build, because you'll be dealing radiant damage on all your attacks. So if you want to build around radiating orbs, this is the way to do it. The Zealot Barbarian also gets their choice in their deities as well, so it just gives you an extra level of flair. Now for the Dragon Knight here, you got a few choices for your cantrips. Does not have Mistress Spells compatibility, but has some good spell choices. And you get to choose if you want to take a Draconic Heritage here, so this will give you the different paint on the face, and you don't have to take any of the scales there. And then you got, again, this 4 subclasses. You see, like, Caustic Knight gives you Acid Splash and the Grease spells. The subclass feature, you're immune to the Acid Condition and Noxious Fumes. Flame will give you Firebolt and Burning Hands, and then you're immune to non-magical ensnared effects. Frost Knight will give you Ray of Frost and Ice Knife, and then make it so you can't be knocked prone on ice, which is actually really good. Rot Knight will give you Poison Spray, Ray of Sickness, and advantage on saving throws against poison. And then Storm Knight will give you Shocking Grasp, Witch Bolt, and immune to shocked, electrocuted, and jolted. This one's probably the best one of the 4 from what I've tested. This mod's actually been out on a PC since September, so it's been around for quite some time. But you got decent selection and spells, then you have different class passives here. So yeah, this caused my computer to lag really bad. So yeah, that crashed my whole computer. So I can't show that off anymore because it's not working properly, and I want to get this video out today. So yeah, the Dragon Knight works, but sometimes it does cause issues. I actually had this class give me issues in the past. Might be due to having some other mods installed, but yeah, that does have different subclass there. Unfortunately, I can't get too in depth on it, but the Mystic Blade, now this is another one that's been around for a while. Here you can see here it's got the champion logo for its appearance, the champion fighter, and it's basically just a combination of the fighter mixed with the monk. I'll be doing a build on this in the future, so you get an idea how to play this if you want to play it. But when you're not wearing armor, you'd add your strength and dexterity modifiers to your armor class. That's obviously quite powerful, because if you got the you can see you can even set your stats to 19 here. If you're able to use this class with the strength potion, you're going to have a very high armor class. So what this ends up looking like is a 27 armor class, 8 from strength, 4 from dexterity. That's just literally at base level, so we can push these numbers even higher. And yeah, it's quite strong. So just wanted to cover that one there. That's even without a shield, so we could be pushing some pretty high numbers here. And for the Rat King Warlock, you got yourself the Ray of Sickness, the Venomous Bite, doing 3d8 of poison damage, potentially poisoning the target. And you get a Summon Packed Rat, which gives Packed Tactics. And for the spells that you got your 2 unique ones here that are specific to this. And the way that this one works, it's all about the poison damage. So as we continue to level up, you get your usuals. And once you make yourself to level 5, you get the Plague Packed Rat. So Summon Packed Rat now summons a Plague Packed Rat. And you get a unique spell here, the Carrion Curse, which curses the target with infestation, ruptured wounds for 10 turns, and it does 48 poison damage. So again, another poison spell that's pretty strong compared to some of the ones that you get in the base game. And then whenever we deal poison damage, we possibly will poison the target, which gives them disadvantage on attack rolls, which is something you definitely want to set up for your own survivability. And as we continue through the levels, you do have some of the similar benefits of the Warlock here, but then again, we get our unique ones. And here's another unique spell. So you got your Cloud Kill, but we also have the Black Death, which is 88 poison damage, reduces the target's maximum health points by the damage dealt, but never below 1. This can be really good on any target that heals himself often, which in Act 3 you're going to find a few of those, so that can work out in those fights very well. And at level 10, we get the Awakened Packed Rat and Swarm Leader. So when an enemy within melee range attacks your Packed Rat, you can use a reaction to make a weapon attack against that enemy, saving your little rat boy. So yeah, it's pretty funny. So you get your Summon Packed Rat here, which you can use and summon in the Awakened one. Do a little screech, and then you got your little rat. It's got 45 health. It's got this glowing top of its hair. And then also it's got the screech, frightens all creatures that hear it within a pretty large radius. It's got the spew attack. It's got infectious bite, which will poison a target that you attack for 2 turns. You got the shedding teeth, which will bite a target and reduce their armor class by 2. Really nice. And then you got the call of swarm, summon additional pack rats for support. So yeah, you got your rat. It can summon in more rats. And then yeah, you got rat apocalypse here. So there's 3 rats stacked on top of each other here. And they'll run around and do things kind of similar to how the zombies work. So yeah, more rats the better. It's kind of funny. So yeah, that's that. But to guess finally end off, the Cambion clothing. This is the House of Hope Couture mod. So you got things like Raphael's doublet here. So I guess we'll show off that here. There's a clothing version and there's an armor version. So if you want to have it so that shows your armor as well, you got multiple different options. And there's the Orthan armor here, which you can use as a clothing or the regular version. And yeah, there's some that have the horns on it. There's many different versions depending on what you want out of it. So that's pretty cool. And then you get yourself these different spells and rings. So the ring and the necklace here. So I'll show these off. We got ourselves this necklace, which gives you the Fiend's Ascension here. We also got to summon lesser fiends, so you can summon in like an imp, the Gilded Hellbore, or an Amerigon. So you can summon that in using the ring, and it's just another summon for you to go with. Pretty cool. And we also got ourselves the Fiendish Transformation from that, the Wrath of the Damned, the Fiendish Ascension, and then also the Volatile Cluster. So these all come from that. So you can take the form of the Imp, Hellbore, or Amerigon, or you can also use this to transform yourself into Raphael. So the only other way you could do this is by playing the Path of the Skull Collector Barbarian on console and doing that. But now there's an item that lets you transform at will. Gives you the Diabolical Chains, the Igniting Spark, Ravaging Inferno. So you get a lot of spells. Some of them, this is like per battle. This one you can do any turn. The Diabolical Chains you can do per turn. Soul Drain you can do once per turn. Really strong. So yeah, you got this ability in Harvest Souls. So yeah, lots of cool things in this mod drop. I think this is not the best console mod drop, but I think there's actually some really nice ones here. I was very excited to see the Barbarian Subclass mod get added and some more outfits. So let me know what you're most excited for from this console mod drop in the comments below. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video.